Hello, how's it going? Welcome to my Screen Factory Collection Part 2. The first video I did collector's editions and 4K collector's editions. This is going to be some box sets, then some 4K steelbooks, a couple of regular Blu-ray steelbooks and standard editions. So predominantly throughout the video I'll be showing standard editions because Screen Factory do some fantastic stuff. Well, they have over the years. I think as far as presentation and packaging is concerned, they've dipped a bit in quality. They tend to go for the cheaper route. I'm sure everyone who buys Screen Factory is aware of that. Unfortunately, they used to do some great stuff. They even had a stage of doing like hard shell boxes for, for the Halloween films. But I'll just have a rundown of the rest of my Screen Factory stuff. Shouldn't be too long a video. It may take a bit of time. I love Screen Factory personally. I just wish they'd just invest in some better packaging solutions, some hard boxes and big sets for the like limited edition stuff and things like that. I just wish they'd put a bit more effort into it. Otherwise, the transfers on the 4Ks are fantastic. They do some phenomenal looking 4Ks. I mean, Pumpkinhead was a great 4K from last year. The Blob 1988, the remake, Return of the Living Dead from a few years ago, that was a fantastic 4K. So they do have great transfers. I just find the packaging a bit subpar, but I'm sure most people do. So we'll start with the box sets. I'll just run through these because I did do a box set video a few weeks ago and I did feature some of these sets. So you got the beautiful Fly set, includes the Vincent Price originals and the David Cronenberg remake with Jeff Goldblum. There's a look at the side. I might get all the editions out and just show you guys. There's a fantastic artwork on the back. You got Vincent Price there, looks amazing. So comes with 5 movies. You get the original Fly, that one, Return of the Fly, which is also very good, The Curse of the Fly, which I haven't watched yet. There's a little look at that. Then, of course, you got the fantastic David Cronenberg 80s remake, which is just amazing. There's a look at the back. And the sequel to that, The Fly 2, which is also quite a fun special effects filled time. It's just not an amazing narrative or anything like that. So, it's got all the Fly movies in from the franchise, which is damn right good. So I'll just pop that back in the box set and I'll show a couple more off. In fact, I'll grab this next box set while I'm doing those. So, just make sure nothing falls. So, of course, we have the fantastic Friday the 13th. I've been over this on the channel a few times. I've expressed my love for this set. It's one of the best box sets ever made. Got the awesome artwork. Comes with all the films in the franchise so far, up to Freddy vs. Jason and the remake. The remake's getting a 4K from Arrow. Can't wait for that. But this is my go-to set for watching Friday the 13th. I haven't even got the first film in 4K yet. Although the first 4 in this set do have 4K scans on Blu-rays. But awesome set. That's Friday the 13th, the deluxe edition collection. Recent pickup, the Ring collection. So this is the remake collection. I've also got the Ring collection from Arrow of the original J-horror films. This is the remakes. So I'll just slip these out. They're all on 4K. It's a 4K set. The remake of the Ring from like 2002, fantastic film, great mysterious atmosphere. Some damn right good acting in there from Naomi Watts. Naomi Watts does a good job in this film. Really mysterious, and then things just go downhill with the Ring too. You can tell it's just a cash grab. It's got Naomi Watts in it again, who does a fair job, and the kid. But yeah, as far narratively, it's just a bit of a cash grab. I won't bother too much with that one if you've never seen it. Then of course you got the horrendous Rings, which is even worse. But the first remake's really good. The first film in the remake series, really good. This box is beautiful, to be fair. Much better than the final 2 movies. I do love the first Ring remake, as I've said, but look, you got that fantastic artwork there. And the side, that's a look at the back. It's hardbound as well, which is really nice. Then finally from the box sets, as I only have a sort of a handful of Screen Factory box sets, we have the Omen collection. All the films up until the Omen, The Awakening, which is Omen 4, and the remake. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 films in there. It doesn't include, obviously, the new Omen film, the first Omen that came out this year, which I have seen, which was kind of alright. But it has the first 5 in the franchise, including the remake. So I'll just do a quick run through what's in the set. So you've got the classic OG Omen, Damien the Omen 2, good follow-up, starring Sam Neill. You have the Final Conflict, very good. Weird scene involving, I think it's basset hounds in this one. the TV movie The Awakening, which wasn't the worst thing, but not that great. And then, of course, the remake, which I haven't watched for years. I haven't even watched this Blu-ray of the remake out of the set, so I'll have to revisit that at some point. Yeah, hoping the OG Omen, you know, the 70s one, the Gregory Peck one, gets an 4K at some point. That'd be fantastic. That's the Omen set anyway. I'll always keep this box set, 'cause my sister bought it me for Christmas a few years back, and I just really wanted it, and it was just good. You know, it's just stellar set. And although those films, probably all of those films aren't going to get a 4K anyway. One thin box set sort of left. It's the Vincent Price Collection 3 from Scream Factory, and it's got all those films on the back. Comes like that, singular case. I'll read the films out. Master of the Wild, An Evening with Edgar Allan Poe, which must be an anthology, Cry of the Banshee, Tower of London, which I also have in a separate edition from Arrow, and Diary of a Madman, which was alright from what I can remember. I think I've watched that one. I haven't watched every film in this set. That's what it looks like. Take it out, you got all your discs housed, you know, singularly, all on separate discs, which you can't complain about. That one, Vincent Price Collection 3. So let's get on to some standard editions. So I'm really hot again, so my hair's starting to matte at the front, which really irritates me, but still I'll get on with it. Let's Scare Jessica to Death. These are all standard editions, by the way, from Scream Factory, you know, without slips. They're not collectors. There's a couple more I need to actually go and grab by the end of this video, but I'll do a cut soon and I'll grab those. Let's Scare Jessica to Death's brilliant. It's really quite a mysterious film. You're not, you know, it's not, you're not bottle fed, you know, you're not fed through a bottle or anything. You know, you have to figure things out for yourself. I need to watch it again. It's about this family who move into a house in, you know, rural America, and yeah, a couple of strange people keep showing up and things like that, and yeah, comes to a mysterious conclusion. Really did enjoy that. I have here a Shout Factory edition, so this actually isn't Scream Factory, but it's a standard Shout Factory edition. As you can probably see there, it's just a Shout edition, but it's George A. Romero's Night Riders. Thought I'd put it in my Scream Factory collection because it's the only Shout Factory I have. You know, just an actual Shout Factory release, but and Scream Factory are actually their parent company, Shout Factory, isn't it? Night Riders, fantastic, about these guys who do reenactments. Stars Tom Savini, Ed Harris, I think it is. They're the two main guys in it. Yeah, just brilliant. About these guys on the road doing reenactments. It's all about the sort of, you know, escapades they get up to, and sort of like the tension that goes on, and some of them want to take the reenactments in one direction while others want to keep it how it is, and they do all their reenactments on motorcycles, so it's really fun. Really good drama here. Night Riders, fantastic, from George A. Romero. That needs a 4K to be fair. One I've never watched, The Doctor and the Devils. This does look interesting, I like the cover art. It's a period piece, not sure what it's about, but looking forward to getting to that at some point. I don't think I've shown this in the collector's edition, so sorry about this, but mixed in with the standards was a collector's edition, which I didn't show in the last one, and that's Lake Placid. Yeah, a great childhood favourite of mine. Brilliant big giant crocodile movie. This is a collector's edition, by the way, so it can go over there, because I've already shown all the collectors. It's just that was mixed in with the standards. Released from this year of the 1997 Shining, you know, the Stephen King and Mick Garris, directed by Mick Garris. This is the reimagining. Bit more like into the book. You do have, of course, the classic from Stanley Kubrick from 1980, starring Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall. That's an amazing film that cannot be topped. But this is also rather good, in my opinion. It shows you things that they discluded in the 1980 film, you know, and it's a bit truer to the book, but it's not got the artistic sort of directorial flair that Stanley Kubrick brought to the 1980s Shining, but still a good rendition. I can live in a world with both of these, and I've said that before on the channel. I'm happy to live in a world where there's two adaptations of The Shining, because they're both so different. Excellent film here, Fire in the Sky. It's all about aliens, small town folk. One of them's abducted by aliens. He comes back, he's really strange, and the people in the town have just got to figure out, you know, if he has been abducted by aliens. They're seeing lights in the sky and spacecrafts and things like that. Don't want to give too much away, but it's worth watching. Fire in the Sky, fantastic UFO movie, alien abduction film. It's a great Scream Factory edition. It's come out a couple of years ago. Yeah, really happy to have that in the collection. I had to grab that. One that's kind of middle of the road for me, Final Exam. It's okay as a sort of average slasher. It's not very exciting. Not much happens. The slashing action's not exactly balls to the wall or the most intense thing you're going to see, but it's got some okay funny characters in there and a bit of humour, bit of slashing action involved. It's okay. I'm not, you know, overly fussed about Final Exam. It's okay. One I really do like is Witchboard. This is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack when Scream used to do those things. But yeah, Witchboard's fantastic. Basically, it's a young woman and her friends. They doing a Ouija board, and guess what? They think they've summoned a friendly spirit. Turns out it's malevolent and like just horrible. So they think they've summoned like a friendly sort of entity, but it turns out that it's a deadly entity. And that's Witchboard. Fantastic. I do recommend this if you're a fan of sort of like Ouija boards and, you know, spirits. Yeah, Witchboard's really cool. It's got some cool kills in there as well, actually. Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. I was stoked to get this. This is a fantastic film. I've only seen it the once. It needs a rewatch. Utterly brilliant. Based on the short story or novel. I'm not sure whether it's a novel or a novella, but it's based on a Stephen King story, Graveyard Shift. Fantastic edition. Great film. Don't even need to say too much about it, really. If you've not seen Graveyard Shift and you can get hold of it in some shape or form, whether it's this Blu-ray or another Blu-ray or a DVD, well worth your time. Basically about a giant creature. I'm not going to tell you what type of creature it is, but there's a giant creature underneath in the underneath a mill where these guys are working, and yeah, it's really good. Fan footage here, or mockumentary, however you want to wherever you want to designate it in subgenres. That's the Poughkeepsie tapes. Really good about this guy filming himself torturing his victims, and yeah, people are trying to figure it out. It's a fan footage mockumentary. Yeah, good stuff, the Poughkeepsie tapes. Absolute classic here, Roman Polanski's The Tenant. Now, so happy to have this on Screen Factory. It's a phenomenal film, definitely deserves a 4K. I'm sure it'll get one at some point. Maybe it's getting one already, I'm not sure. But yeah, even stars Roman Polanski in the main role, and it's so strange and weird. You can see aspects of Rear Window in this one, when you've got the people sort of clapping on their balconies, you know, his neighbours. Some of how the way that's shot, you can tell Roman Polanski was possibly sort of inspired by Rear Window a bit, which is another just phenomenal film. But The Tenant, mysterious, weird, odd, open-ended, got a twist, you know, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Won't be a sec, just reading this one. It's an H.P. Lovecraft, isn't it? Based on an H.P. Lovecraft story. That's The Resurrection. Can't remember too much about it, but I did enjoy it, and I do need to revisit it. And that stars like Chris Sarandon is in there, who's all good actor. Yeah, brilliant cover as well. Love the cover art. But yeah, The Resurrected. Sorry. Yeah, pretty damn good. This one is The Evictors. From the director, I think, of The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Not too sure. I might be wrong. If I am, I am. It stars Jessica Harper from Suspiria. You'll know her from Dario Argento's original Suspiria film. But yeah, pretty damn good. Set in the, is it the 40s? It's a 1979 film, but it's set in the 40s. Basically, there's this guy going around killing people. And he starts stalking Jessica Harper's character, and yeah, it's all good. The Evictors, I did enjoy that one. Another one that requires a rewatch, as most of these do, and that's American Gothic. Really good stuff here, you know, about this like weird family who basically take people on, and they're very strange, and they've got like a strange daughter, and they live on this island kind of thing in the middle of nowhere, rather remote. The Sentinel. Someone who basically guards the spirit world, is it? Or something to that liking. Really good spirit film. You know, it's got some creepy scenes. It's not overly gory or anything. It's just full of like creepy spirits and ghosts. And yeah, really interesting, The Sentinel. I did enjoy that. A 90s sort of underrated one now. I think it's from like 95 or something. 99. And that's Ravenous, starring, it's got like, who's in it? Guy Pearce, Robert Carlyle, David Arquette. think it's set during the possibly the American Civil War times, and yeah, there's a cannibal on the loose, and he's rather deadly, played by Robert Carlyle from the Full Monty and other films, 28 Weeks Later and stuff like that. But yeah, Ravenous, damn good. It's an underrated one from the 90s, that one. Good werewolf film here, Bad Moon. Can't remember too much about it, apart from the fact I liked it. Pretty run-of-the-mill stuff, you know, your typical werewolf story, but it's a lot of fun. Superstition. Now, this is good. Basically, a witch who was murdered because of her witchery and witchcraft in you know, a couple of 100 years ago, resurrected and comes back as like sort of like an entity that can kill people, and it's got some creepy scenes. It's like a slasher, a cult slasher, with a witch as the slasher sort of antagonist, and yeah, it's pretty damn creepy, and the witch looks damn right creepy in it. Another good one, Body Parts. Really interesting concept. Basically, imagine having other people's body parts sort of installed onto your body, and they sort of take on a mind of their own, and they're acting up, and your arm basically somebody else's arm, but you've had it attached to you. And imagine it, say this was somebody else's arm and it had a mind of its own, and it was doing stuff that my mind wasn't telling it to do, you know. And it was, yeah, that's Body Parts for you. It's a good one. Really fun one here, Dr. Giggles. Lots and lots of fun. Crazy Dr. Giggles. Love that film. Good laugh. They're the Steelbooks, so I'll leave them and go through more standard editions. We'll do a quick cut in a sec because I have got to pick a couple out I've literally forgot about that are in different sections of the room. From the Blind Dead films, you have Night of the Seagulls. I enjoy this. It's not exactly the most action-packed film, but the Blind Dead looks so cool in all their movies. This isn't as good as Tombs of the Blind Dead, but Night of the Seagulls, yeah, it's pretty good stuff. With the Blind Dead, as a lot of people say, and I completely agree, we need a really good Blind Dead set on either Blu-ray or 4K or both. Someone needs to do one. He Knows You're Alone, with an early role from Tom Hanks in it. It's not a bad slasher. I think I fell asleep as well and then had to re-watch the rest of it. I thought it was okay. He Knows You're Alone, you know, bog standard stuff. Got a Hammer film here, The Vampire Lovers. I haven't watched it, so I don't know too much about that. Killer Party, which has a good 80s like vibe and aesthetic, but I sort of found it a little bit uneventful. But it's kind of got a good like I said, it's got a good aesthetic being from the 80s. It's just a little bit uneventful, but I'll keep it in the collection and rewatch. Got a double feature here, Blu-ray DVD combo pack. So we have TerrorVision and The Video Dead. Both need a rewatch. TerrorVision I did enjoy, about these creatures basically coming out of the TV and stuff, alien creatures. Video Dead is not quite as good in my opinion, but I will rewatch this because I can't really remember it. There's a look at the back. Definitely warrants a rewatch. I know TerrorVision's a lot of fun. Slasher movie here, The Final Terror. Early role from like Daryl Hannah. Some others are in there. Typical slasher stuff set in the wilderness, but I love these wilderness slashers, you know, set in where people are camping in the wilderness and like there's a slasher villain on the loose and stuff. Yeah, I can't get enough of it, but good, pretty good, The Final Terror. I did enjoy it. Psychological thriller here, Session 9. Really good, very interesting. Yeah, just go watch it. This group of guys are working in an old abandoned asylum. They're renovating it and doing some jobs in there, you know, removing asbestos and stuff. And basically, they start listening to these tapes from when it was actually a functioning asylum, and they're hearing all kinds of weird stuff. And this guy with split personalities on there, you know, talking through these channeling his different identities and things, and it gets really weird. It's good stuff. And an early one from John Carpenter, and that is Someone's Watching Me from John Carpenter. Really happy to get this one. I imagine it's quite hard to get. I'm not too sure. It might be now. But yeah, just a sort of thriller about a woman being having a stalker. Someone's stalking her and she's being followed. Just good stuff from John Carpenter. Quick cut and then I'll get back around. So I had a couple of bits in different sections. I'm getting really sweaty. Like my hair gets all matted at the front, as I said before. So I have some like Scream Factory and IFC Midnight titles here, and one of them's Relic. This is pretty damn good. I enjoyed it. Good sort of slow burn art house horror about this family, you know, looking after the sick mother, or is it the grandma? Can't quite remember. It's either the mother or the grandma. It might be the mother. It might be the grandma. Yeah, I think it's the grandma. And yeah, it's really strange. It's got an odd ending. Yeah, really good. Rent-A-Pal, which I think is fantastic, tells the story of this guy who gets these dating videotapes, you know, where what they used to do before online dating was a thing, before the internet. You know, like they'd watch these tapes where people are basically trying to sell themselves to a potential date. So you'd watch the videotapes and you'd see people's segments as they try and sell themselves. So you'll contact them and go on a date with them. Well, this guy finds a friend through that, and it gets really weird. Rent-A-Pal. And Fender Bender, which is a good slasher movie. Typical standard slasher stuff. A guy with a fender bender and he wears that mask. Nice release as well. So to wrap things up, I'll do my Steelbooks. So I have here from a couple of years ago, the Army of Darkness 4K. I haven't watched it yet. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at that artwork. There's a look at the back. I'll just open it up because I think the picture wraps around sort of thing. Yeah, there you go. Comes with a lot of cuts. Disc 1 is the 4K Ultra HD theatrical cut. Disc 2 is the Blu-ray theatrical cut. Disc 3 is the Blu-ray director's cut. And disc 4 is the Blu-ray international cut and television cut. So about 5 cuts of the movie or what have you on here, or 3 or something. Get your 4Ks and your Blu-rays. It only has the theatrical on 4K, but it's a lovely steelbook and I'm so happy to have that. It's got Ash on the front, you know, taking care of the Deadites in medieval times with his boomstick. Awesome. Couple more now. 4K of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Haven't got around to watching this yet. I can't wait. There's that. Came out this year, this one. Can't wait to get around to it. And I have the Slumber Party Massacre, the original. This steelbook's lovely. I think it wraps around again like that sort of thing. Want to have a look? There's a look at the disc. Brilliant film. Very short, about 75 minutes, straight to the point, about some babysitters or no, not even babysitters, sorry, about young women having a slumber party getting picked off. It's even got some bodies on show in the shower scene. There's loads of naked ladies as well. But yeah, Slumber Party Massacre, the driller killer's fantastic, sort of like antagonist, and yeah, it's good fun. It's very cheesy, very 80s, but I do like that one. That's on my Scream Factory anyway, and that's all of it. So part 1 you saw all the collector's editions, and then part 2 I just did standard editions predominantly, and 4K steelbooks, Blu-ray steelbooks, box sets. A couple of good bits coming out from Scream Factory, including like the Stepfather 4K, Poltergeist 2's getting a 4K, you know, the Amityville Horror remake's getting a 4K. Some interesting stuff coming out from Scream Factory. I don't think they've even announced their October lineup. That may even happen later on today, so I'll have to keep an eye out on Twitter, or X as it's called now, which is daft in my opinion, but I just don't think it's as good branding. I think Twitter sounded much better. It's just better branding. You got you tweeting, you got the little bird tweeting, you know, as the logo. Twitter, X, really boring. I think Elon Musk must have thought of that in about 2 seconds and decided to go with it. I think it's rubbish name for it, but who cares anyway. I don't really go on X much anyway. I just like to look at it and see what physical media is being released. Have some more videos this week. There's going to be less videos on the channel because one of my own relatives, very close relatives, is very ill, very serious, has a very serious health condition. So I won't be putting out as much content for the next few weeks, but there will be videos and stuff. So, you know, thanks for watching, you guys, whoever watches, you know, and supports the channel, you know, comments and stuff, likes the videos, watches them even, you know, whatever. Like anyone who interacts with the channel, thanks a lot for taking part. You know, it's great. Love interacting with you guys, but there's going to be less videos because of a sick relative, I'm afraid. I think that's about it really. I just wanted to add a couple of bits on the end. Yeah, weren't too keen on the reveal for the Nightmare on Elm Street artwork, you know, for the standard editions. I mean, I don't know if they're just for the US market, but I've seen the the standard edition that's basically got the cover from a DVD set, and I wasn't too thrilled about that. It looks very basic and not great. And then the steelbook kind of looks okay. I've seen a few videos on it. It's not the worst thing in the world, it's just not amazing. I'm hoping in the UK we're actually going to get different artwork, and they'll maybe put something a bit more let's say enticing for the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K. I mean, it's one of the biggest horror films ever. It's one of the most anticipated horror films to come to 4K. Let's get some better artwork. I don't know why they just didn't get a boutique label to take care of it. I don't see the point. Studio releases are fine. Not got a problem with studio releases. I buy them. It's just, I think a boutique label for the Nightmare on Elm Street's debut on 4K would have been the way to go. But still, that's the end of the video anyway. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. I'll do a what I've watched for the month of July, probably be hitting the channel Wednesday. So thanks a lot. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.